What is going on, everybody? The Zombie Survivalist coming here with nostalgia. Oh man, fake cry. Let's do it. Anyways, guys, yes, this is what you think it is. Call of Duty, World at War, Nazi zombies. Oh man, God. Oh my God. Oh man, this is the first time me playing it in ultra settings as well. I'll go in depth a little bit as my nostalgia stops kicking in. For any of you guys who actually was, some of my first couple survivors back when my YouTube channel was M70B1 Jr., you would know that Call of Duty World at War was my first game I played and the only game I played from 5th grade all the way probably up to the beginning of 8th grade. I played this game on a I wouldn't say old PC, it was new at the time. It was like one of the first PCs to have HDMI. It was one of the small micro PCs, one of the first ones back in 2008. That's when we got it. I played this in my 3rd grade year, and then not as much, I had a life back then. And then I began playing it more and more and more throughout the years. You guys would know I met my first online friend, 221 Movie Maker, or, is known as a Luca Zombie, on this game. If you guys were subscribed to my M70 channel. And, wow. I have the game still. It's not like I haven't been wanting to play it. It's just a matter of I couldn't, because my CD for it was scratched up, and plus my PC does even have a CD slot in it. I have the NZXT S340, and nowadays people really don't need CD drives in their PC because you can get everything online now, and that's why I don't have one. And I still had the CD key from the game. Turns out I couldn't register it on Steam, but I look in my Steam wallet and I have $2 in my Steam wallet. Call of Duty World at War sale for $10. I go into my PayPal and have $8.80. But there's an issue. I couldn't add a custom amount, but eventually I found out how to add a custom amount. It involved me just editing a value on the HTML page, just editing the freaking JavaScript, and I was able to add in $8.80. And I got the game, and like Jesus, the nostalgia is real. This is my first time playing the game in ultra settings. Back when I used to play, I used to have a game. It wasn't necessarily a gaming laptop, but it could do a lot of gaming. I couldn't play the game in ultra settings at the time, and neither could I on the PC before that. Now I'm able to max everything out, and I'm recording and getting 90 frames a second. Back when I first did my first YouTube, I didn't know there was screen recording software. So I used to aim a camera at my PC screen with a tripod and hope for the best. But literally, this is my first time opening up Call of Duty World at War in exactly maybe 2 years, 3 years, give or take. So now I'm going to see how long I can survive on Nazi zombies on Nacht der Untoten. This is insane. I have literally not played this game in so long, and it just brings back all the nostalgia, because my favorite YouTuber when I did Call of Duty World at War was Yodi Slaya, and if you guys know, I believe 1 or 2 years ago, I can't remember, he died in a car accident, which was pretty sad. I found that out after I quit playing World at War, though. I was able to talk to the guy once over Steam. He used to add and remove people on Steam, like every week, so people would have a chance to talk with him. And I got lucky, and I was able to talk to him about YouTubing, and he gave me tips on it. So, yeah, this video literally has no point to it. I'm just coming up with random commentary, because of how nostalgic this is. Like, it's crazy. And if you guys know, I mean, most of you probably don't know, but this game actually got me into video game development. I'm saying a lot of ums. I need to quit that. When I was in the 5th and 6th grade, I actually. Okay, let's kill these zombies first, and then I'll get to my story. Training zombies. No! I got stuck! Oh man, that's depressing. We'll restart that. And I'll continue from what I was saying. So, basically, I figured out you could. I didn't know there was custom maps until later of playing World at War. And that's how I met Jess. We met on a custom Nazi zombie, Dead Sandy Lee. One of the first custom maps to be out. And I decided I was going to make my own. I was in 5th grade. And 5th grade summer all the way to 6th grade. I was learning how to make the maps. I was young. I didn't really understand, the basics of coding or any of that. I just knew how to jailbreak PlayStation Portables at the time. And so I learned how to do it, and I made some simple zombie maps. And a matter of fact, I will link my first zombie map in the description to 221 Movie Maker's channel. He actually made a video on it. I had videos on it on my M70 channel, but of course you guys know that got to conduct of copyright. So that was kind of depressing. Yeah, the controls are. I'm not used to it. Controls actually prone, which in most games it's crouch, but in C is crouch in here, and F is actually buy stuff. Use when in most games now it's E, so it's really different. I used to since I actually played so much Call of Duty World at War, ended up rebinding all of my controls on these modern games to match the scheme of World at Wars, and then I changed that because so many games were just doing it. I got too lazy to changing it, but whatever. That's not the point. Let's get back to my mapping. So I used to do so much mapping and stuff like that. I wanted to do custom stuff. There's these new maps coming out with like perks from Black Ops 2, weapons from Black Ops 2, and things like that. Well, I'm actually kind of happy I did it, but I'm regretting I forgot. I actually learned how to do animating because I made some custom Nazi zombie maps that had guns from different Call of Duties in it. Like, I got the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2 and this one zombie map, and I made animations for it to work with World at War. I didn't even rig them because to be honest with you, I didn't know how to rig. So I just did it like that. I just made my own. And then I learned how to, pour all those guns in, and then I learned basic GSE scripting. I'm trying to remember the guy who helped me. He was a lot older, but he was also, he did a lot of programming on zombie modding. And me and him together made Electric Cherry, the perk, in-game. And that was a huge accomplishment for me, because he didn't help me out. He didn't let me copy and paste. He tell me what I needed to do. And if he said I did a good job on it, but it still wasn't working, he'd help me out with it, and that's what he did. And we continued to do that until we got it working. And then I learned how to, do the basics of scripting, because scripting and coding is not is kind of different. Scripting is its own code based off a programming language, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't. But that's what I did. And eventually I got a map working where there used to be one AI who used to follow you around as you opened up doors. He actually used to peek and take cover and kill zombies and follow you. Back then, most people only knew how to make AI that just stood there and in one room and didn't move unless he was pushed by zombies. Well, this AI actually followed me around, leaned behind doors, and if I opened up a new door, he would go through it, and if I went back to the other room, he followed me. I also made AGRs. If you guys have played Black Ops 2, there was the AGR. I figured out how to port that in, and the quad rotors, and used to be able to buy them and use them for 30. Not use them, but they used to kill zombies for 30 seconds straight, and it was awesome because the quad rotors flew around and the AGR did its thing, and it was awesome. I was actually really proud of that. And then through my 8th grade year, I actually started getting into more different games. I started exploring more games, and that's when I came across my first. I knew about DayZ, but my PC just could not support it, and my PC could just not support it, and I just really, it was hard. The controls were nothing like I'd ever used before, and eventually, I came across, a game called War Z. Yeah, if I think everyone here knew, if you're watching this, how War Z turned out. I played that for a year or two. Me and Lucas Zombie actually quit talking around that time because I was so obsessed of that game. I kind of left all my friends behind, which I don't blame them for not talking to me after that, but actually, I can't say completely after that. We still talked for a while, and I played War Z for a little bit, and then I got into DayZ, and then that's when I started playing zombie survival games, and I wanted to make my own. Around 2012, April/May time, the source code for War Z was released. I didn't think much of it. All I know is that I wanted to make my own version of the game, because back then, if you guys know War Z and emulators, you guys would know Dead Z was released around that time, and Dead Z is an emulator / remake of the game, and I wanted to make that. So essentially, I did not know how to set up the source code at all, and I met this. I used to be really good friends with the developers and moderators on War Z because of how much I played that game. Like Jesus, I was a nerd, and I talked to the moderator, and one of the moderators said his little brother knew about the source code, and he didn't know how to set up a server, but he knew about the source code and stuff. So I became friends with him, and the 9th grade year, during exam time, it took me about 3 weeks to set up my own version of the game on my local PC. It took, it took about three weeks of no sleep and lots of Hamachi. I used Hamachi for my first version. I got a lot of my friends to test it out, and I thought this would be a good learning experience, so I started making more and more I started editing up the source code and doing more and more stuff. Now, if you guys know Outbreak, you would know that's the first emulator with working Bandit AI in it. So, I guess that did help. And now I'm doing Unreal Engine 4 development and stuff like that. So who would have thought me playing a game in 5th grade, like for 2 or 3 years straight, would set me up for game development in the future, something I like. Before then, I wanted to be a doctor or an astronaut. It's crazy, but this video, I mean, it didn't have any specific point to it. It got really random. Sorry about that, but I guess it was pretty cool to talk about stuff like that and what I'm into and how I got into it. And again, I'll be linking to 21 Movie Maker's video of my first zombie map in here. It was called Live or Live. Actually, I don't remember. It was Live or Live. English language, it's spelled the same. Yay. And sorry if you can hear my keyboard and mouse clicking. I'm hoping I fixed it in this video. If not, I'll be fixing it soon. So we're gonna see how far we can survive. I guess I've made it to round 4 my first time. Sorry about my phone vibrating. I made it to round 4 my first time. That was my warm-up round. Now we're gonna see how far we can make it on here. I think the furthest I've ever made it solo, legitly, on Nocturne on Tolton on World at War was round 67. That was a very no-life moment. I'm actually surprised I remember all these tips. Believe it or not. Like the tip not to open up the help door, just to go around through the upstairs. Okay, awesome. I got 2 LMGs. Actually a good thing. Another thing I was thinking about is I'm thinking about doing a walkthrough of World at War. I don't know if I'm going to do it solo or co-op with friends. But I think a walkthrough would be really cool. Especially after 6 years the game's been released. 6, 7. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Yep, I remember this tip. You stand right here, not too close so they can't hit you through. And then you shoot down here. And if you need to reload, you just circle back around. If they get too close to you. I was really contemplating on uploading a different video for World at War. It was something I thought of. My first YouTube video on my channel was Nazi Zombies 420. Back then I didn't even know what 420 meant. I was in 5th grade. But that was my first video. And I believe I was with 221 Movie Maker. I tried messaging him on Skype and seeing if he was online. I don't want to call him by his first name because I remember him telling me something about it a long time ago, whenever we were younger. I don't know if he cares now, but yeah, he didn't like it when I called him by his first name in my YouTube videos, so I'm still not. But I messaged him on Skype asking if he wanted to play, and he's offline, so I couldn't. But I mean, man, freaking nostalgia is real. I'm dead. 8 rounds. 8 rounds after 2.5 years of playing. That doesn't seem like a lot, but to some people that's actually a lot. Like getting up to 11, 15, it's kind of good. But again, man, I haven't played in such a long time. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll definitely make more. and hope to see you guys next time.